Yo, shalom. Good evening. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. I pray everybody's having a good day. They said tonight we are going into the message about Psalm chapter 37. Psalm 37 is what we're hitting tonight. Like I said, I pray everybody's doing okay. Pray everybody enjoyed their Sabbath day. For everybody that kept the Sabbath, and if you didn't keep the Sabbath, I pray that you start keeping the Sabbath, because again, the Most High is coming with his judgment, and he's not playing about none of that stuff. If we're gonna show him contempt, he will definitely bring it back to us. What's it say? The Lord says, I love those that love me. Well, that ain't no joke. That is absolutely true. So when we understand the truth in that, then we'll understand to take him seriously when he tells us what to do. So let's start making sure we do that. Like I said, let's go ahead and get ready to get started. Let me go ahead and get shout outs to who's in the lesson tonight. Like I said, I know a lot of people kind of just kicking back, relaxing. But yeah. Katrina, hey, glad to see you in the building. Good evening, good evening. Sister Yaliyah, shalom, shalom, good evening. Grace and peace be with you. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and get to Matthew chapter 26, verse 6, and we'll actually I'm gonna go to Mark 14. We'll go to Mark 14, and then we'll go from there. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment and spikenard, very precious, and she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and had been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, and whensoever you will, you may do them good. But me ye have not always. She have done what she could. She has come aforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel should be preached throughout the whole world, there shall also this woman have done be told for a memorial of her. So we got to remember, whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel is spoken to the 12 tribes scattered all over the globe. The people that we understand are the children of Israel. The people that we know have been punished, have been going through hell for a long time. The people that God is trying to bring back to him by actually following his direction, by following his laws, statutes, commandments. Those people that we understand are the children of Israel. The people that we understand went into captivity, went on slave ships, and were colonized, conquered, and are still subject to those people that God sent against us for breaking those laws, statutes, commandments. Whenever we preach this gospel to those people, the people we know are black people. The black people we know are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The people that God has chosen to rule the planet. The people that God has chosen to follow his commandments and use those commandments as the governing system over the rest of the world so we can have a righteous planet. Whenever we preach this gospel to those people, we always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. So let's get ready to dive on into it. Again, shalom to everybody on TikTok. I see y'all, and grace and peace to whoever's on the YouTube. And if you're on the TikTok and you want your comments to show up a little bit better, you already know what to do. Click the link into the TikTok, go join the YouTube, and then of course I'll be able to see all of your comments. What's going on, brother Decarius? I see you just now joining. Grace and peace be with you. Good evening. Good evening. Hopefully you're doing all right today. All right, let's go to Psalm chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evil deep. Let me start over. Psalm chapter 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. The first thing we got to understand is we cannot desire to be like sinners. He says, fret not yourself means don't worry about how people that are sinners are living their lives, because sometimes it may seem like everything's going good for them. Actually, a lot of times it does, because we understand that we are in an evil world. And if you're in an evil world, guess what? The evil will take care of their family. Who is their family? The rest of the wicked people. You know what I'm saying? Family takes care of family. Every beast consorted to its kind. So guess what? There are more of the wicked kind than there are the good kind. So when we understand that there are more profane than there are holy, then we got to remember the workers of iniquity. We got to recognize that we don't want to join them. We do not want to be like, hey, if you can't beat them, join them, because we can beat them. Ain't no can beat them. We will beat them. The Lord said he has the victory, and those on his side will have the victory. So no matter what, join the winning team. The winning team is the Lord's team. The Lord's team is the one that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's go to verse 2. I see you just now joined. How you doing, Lawaliam? Grace and peace be with you. Good evening. Good evening. Psalm chapter 37, verse 2, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. So it says the wicked, those people that are going against God's commandments, it may seem like they're going to endure for a long time, but they really won't. God said they will soon be cut down. Soon. Like, every week or every 2 weeks you cut your grass. God's going to do that. He says he's going to cut them, except they ain't not going to be able to grow back. They're not going to be like grass where they, you cut it and it grows back. Nah, it's a wrap. They're finished. They will never come back. The wicked will never dwell on the earth again after the Lord sends his son, the light, to eradicate all darkness. All right. Psalm chapter 37, verse 3, trust in the Lord and do good. So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. He says, trust in the Lord. It means hold on to his ways. Trust in him and do good. Do good, aka follow the laws. Follow the laws, aka the ones that you think you don't have to do anymore. You still have to do all of those laws. You think you ain't got to keep eating the right foods that God said. You think you ain't got to stop. You think you don't have to refrain from pork. You're in a lie. You think you don't have to refrain from eating catfish. You're living a lie. You think you can eat shrimp. You're living a lie. But if you know you have to follow his dietary laws, keep doing those things. You think you don't have to wear the clothes God told you to wear, aka fringes, a border of blue, and garments that are 100% one material. If you think you don't have to do that, you're living a lie. Anytime you don't think you have to do those things, you are living in a lie. God has already told you what you need to do. So don't start telling yourself, oh, that's the Old Testament. Only reason you believe that's the Old Testament, that's the old covenant, and we don't have to follow that no more, is because your slave master told you don't have to. He told you not to obey your God. You know why? Because he don't want your God on your side. Whenever you understand that the people that enslaved you are telling you not to listen to the most high power in the universe, then you're going to understand that, oh, they're going to do that because they don't want him to be friends with you. Because if the most high God is friends with you, then what you think he's going to do to the people that's treating his friends bad? It's very simple. You just got to understand it. When you understand that concept and you put that together, you're like, oh, okay, let me make sure I'm a friend of God. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read that real quick. We talking about being God's friend, being a friend of Jesus Christ. You want to be his friend? You're going to be on the winning team. Let's go to John chapter 15, verse 10. I think that's what I want. No, not 10. John chapter 15, verse 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So you want to be a friend of God? You want to be a friend of his son, Jesus Christ? Do what he commands you to do. Follow the laws. Make sure you're not cooking on the Sabbath. Make sure you're not buying on the Sabbath. Make sure you're not working on the Sabbath. And make sure you're gathering with other believers on the Sabbath day. And I'm just naming a few other laws, things that we never knew we were supposed to do, but we are actually supposed to be following. Let's go on. Psalm chapter 37, verse 4. I'm sorry. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. See, when he says delight yourself in the Lord, he's telling you Matthew 6:33. Seek the kingdom. Matter of fact, let's read that. All right, Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. You see, if you seek the commandments, if you seek to do right, if you're looking for the perfect way of life, the way of life that God smiles upon, if you are trying to find that and do that and live that for the rest of your life, then everybody that does that will be drawn to you. And then those people that are drawn to you will do everything they can to help you elevate, because guess what? Family take care of family. Like I said, the righteous will take care of the righteous. There are less of us, but guess what? That will happen. And the Lord will make ways to elevate those people that love him. So he says, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he should give thee the desires of your heart. He's going to give you the things that you actually want, that you actually love. Okay. And then someone just now, who's that? Wolverine. I thought I said Wolverine, whatever it is. Hey, come over to the YouTube. I can answer that question. I can answer more of your questions there, because it's kind of harder to see sometimes. But I go ahead, come on over, and I can get your question. I think you said something about God condoning slavery, but let's read on. Psalm 37 and 6. Matter of fact, 4. Read that again. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of your heart. So make sure you love God's ways first, and he will give you what you want, what you think you need, or what you love. He's going to make sure you have it. Verse 5, commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Again, when you trust in him, you continue to do what he asked you to do. Sometimes what happens is God's going to test your trust. How does he test your trust? He's going to see if you can suffer for a long time, aka be patient. Can you hold on? Can you follow the way he's set out for you? Because sometimes it may seem like it's not working, but he wants to see if you actually trust the process. If you trust the process and hang on, eventually he'll reveal to you what is best for you, and what is best for you, or what you desire. He'll give you what you desire within the realm of his commandments, because he also has to make sure you're ready for it. How you get ready for something? You have to prepare. You got to build yourself up. Building yourself up takes time. It does not happen overnight. It takes patience, because again, if you get something thrown in your lap before the time, guess what? You may lose it, because you are not going to know how to maintain it. It's very simple. Psalm chapter 37, verse 6. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. When he says bring forth thy righteousness, he's going to give you more understanding of his way when you continue to walk in his way. And then he says he also will give you judgment as the noonday. The noonday is when in the middle of the day, 12, 1 o'clock, and I said noonday, yeah, at noon, 12, 1 o'clock, the sun's at its brightest. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? When something's bright, it's illuminated. When your face is shining, you're wise. So the more light you have, the more understanding you have. So he says he will give you judgment as noonday. Judgment is understanding right and wrong. He's going to make you someone that is more, he's going to make you someone that is acting and what's the word? Executing, not just executing, that is operating. That's the word I want. He's going to give you something so you can operate in fairness and equity. Okay. And if you're operating equity, it means you are right. You're doing things correct. You're not doing things according to your emotions, but according to what is always right. Judgment never changes. Judgment stays the same. All right. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Again, he's saying, don't worry about those people who seem to be prospering, who seem to be doing well, who seem like things are working out for them because they doing evil. You know what I'm saying? No, he says, don't worry about that. Don't get in your mind that you should start to act like them and live like them. Trust me, it won't work out. Yeah, they may seem happy, but they're miserable deep down. And on top of that, their end is going to come to a screeching halt. It's going to run into a brick wall. It's going to be like crash test dummies. They're going 100 miles per hour one way, but they're going to run into that wall. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to be the fly out the vehicle, or, you know what happens. Y'all seen crash test dummy commercials. If you're 80s baby. Now, a lot of y'all 90s and 2000s, y'all ain't really get to see crash test dummies like that. But us of the 80s, we've seen a lot of that crash test. 70s, 80s, yeah, crash test dummies. You don't want to be one of them. Psalm 37:8. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Again, to fret yourself, to worry yourself, to consider, to ponder on. Don't think about doing no evil. Don't think about doing wickedness. Don't do it. And he says, cease from anger. It means if you're upset, don't, because here's why I said cease from anger. Because when you're mad, when you pissed off, when you really just like, you like, I can't believe they said that or did that to me. When you sitting there and stewing in your anger, guess what you're going to do? He says, fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. You're going to be considering to do something, get payback, get vengeance, because you are angry and upset. You like, I'll wait till this happens. I'm going to get this. Or you might not wait for nothing. You probably don't bring them the smoke. Don't do that. Don't stew in your anger, because you sit there and stay mad. You're going to be considering how you can strike back. Don't do that. That is not what God would have you do. All right. Verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. You see that? It says the wicked, those people that break the commandments. You know what he's saying? They're going to be, then he says cut off. They're going to be killed. They'll be dead. They won't be alive. And he says, those that wait on the Lord or are patient, they hang on, that don't move from the spot. See, when you don't move from the spot, it means you're waiting on God. Let me give you an example of waiting on God, because scriptures are talking about waiting on God. And a lot of people think, oh, yeah, I'm waiting on the Lord. Like, I'm waiting on the Lord to bring me a blessing. Nah, that ain't the wait he's talking about. He's saying wait, meaning don't stop. What he said, don't give up on his word. Don't give up on the commandments. It's another word I want to say. Oh, don't be weary in well-doing, meaning don't get tired of doing the right thing. That's waiting on the Lord, continuing to do what you're supposed to do. Because when you give up on the Lord, you stop doing good. Here is what waiting on the Lord looks like. And I say I'm waiting. Why? Because you'll be stationary. You'll be unmovable. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And it says it's not in vain, meaning it's not for nothing. It's gonna come to pass. Sometimes you may feel like I'm doing something for nothing, but keep doing it. Why? Because God told you to. You know what I'm saying? If God says come and do X, Y, and Z, you keep doing it. You might feel like there's no reason to do it, right? Lawa Lion, if you're on here, yeah, you might feel like, hey, there's no reason to keep doing this. But guess what? You was instructed to do it. You may not see why. You may not understand. You probably don't have the vision, but just keep going. You do what you was instructed to do, and everything that you desire will come to pass. But if you don't do what you expected to do, it's not gonna happen. Because here's what happens: that the Lord is seeing, hey, are you actually worthy? Can I trust you? Can I put you in that position? And are you worthy of this reward I got waiting for you? And if you're not, he's gonna be like, you ain't gonna have that. And he's gonna just test you. And then once you fall away, once you give up, matter of fact, I'm gonna give one more scripture on that, because waiting on the Lord is so big. I don't think people understand what that waiting on the Lord looks like. If you understand what waiting on the Lord looks like, put a one in the chat. If you don't understand, you're like, man, what is waiting on the Lord? Can you know what I'm saying? Put two in the chat. Or just say, what is it? Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. You see it? He says, lost patience means you stopped waiting. What will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? He says, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you in your time of trial, in your time of trouble? What you gonna do when that time hits? If you lost patience, know why? Because you're no longer gonna have a mind that's set to doing the commandments. So now when you ain't set to doing the commandments, you're not thinking of doing the laws first. You know what's gonna happen? You are going to do some foolishness, and you're gonna drift further away from the Most High. Or he may just say you lost patience. He might just take your life. So either way, you don't want to do that. Don't lose patience. Psalm chapter 37, verse 10. Let's go on. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. So he says a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Meaning, hey, the time's going to come. Don't worry about it. You just keep doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? Just diligently consider. When you're diligent, it means you are continuing. You're always abounding in the work of the Lord. That's what it's being. You diligent. You don't stop. You got your assignment from the Most High. You keep doing your assignment, even if you feel like it's meaningless. There's many times I don't feel like why even keep trying to bring people the truth? Why keep trying to get out and pass flyers out to people? Why keep trying to teach on the street? Why keep trying to teach lessons in classes where it might seem like ain't nobody really listening, ain't nobody paying attention, ain't nobody learning? But you know what? The Lord says always be abounding in the work. So I'm just gonna always abound in the work, no matter what's going on. Whatever I know God is telling me to say, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to follow the path. Even if it's 0 people listening at the time, I'm going to prophesy. You know what I'm saying? If it's 1,000 prophesy, it's not going to change. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Now, it does not mean I'm going to literally try to say, yeah, I'm prophesying to the wind. I'm going to go outside in 0-degree weather and go out there and try to teach. Nah, obviously nobody's going to get that message. That don't make no sense. But hey, like say, even if I say like right here online, guess what? We can bring this message. Somebody can come back and find this and catch it, even if I'm dead and gone. So regardless of the people are going to hear this, it's going to be prophesied to, even if only a few people listen to it, a few people hear it. It don't matter. Long as one seed gets planted, long as one seed gets water, one seed gets to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ gives the increase. So whoever gets the increase, all praise to the Most High. Does not matter. Long as I can stand before the Lord and be like, I helped at least one get to you. It's all that matters. Let's go to Psalm 37:11. Oh, and I see you just now joined. How you doing, Elijah? Good evening. Good evening. Hopefully feeling better. Psalm chapter 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The meek are the submissive. The meek are the humble. The meek are the people that don't think they know everything, that ain't haughty of spirit, where they can't be stopped from doing what they do because they think everything they do is right. Now, the meek will inherit the earth because they're going to be like, okay, God, show me the way. Let me stop and let you show me. Let you guide me. AKA Jesus, take the wheel. People say Jesus take the wheel, but they have no idea what that means. Jesus take the wheel is truly being humble and submissive and accepting the fact that you don't really know what you're doing. And you're going to let that higher power, you're going to let the one with more wisdom and insight and understanding show you the way and take you where you need to go. That's the meek. The ones that ain't meek think they think they know what to do. They think they got a good bead on things. They think they know it. Oh, so know it all. All right, cool. Know-it-alls actually don't know ish. But let's continue on. Psalm 37:12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. See, the people that's wicked, the darkness, those people, those people, it says, are plotting against the just, meaning the people that keep the laws, they are trying to bring them down. They want them to suffer. They want them to be removed from the earth. Why do you think Jesus Christ was taken out of his spot? Why do you think the Lord, why do you think, it was prophesied? Because God knew that they was going to, crucify the Messiah. Why? Because he knows that the wicked hate the just. And so he says they plot against them. Let me give you another example of the wicked hating the just. Let's go to John chapter 3. Verse 20, and everyone that doeth evil, aka wicked. Let's start over. John 3 and 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. See, everybody does evil. If you do, you are a sinner, you're going to hate those that are righteous. Those people that want to keep God's laws, or people that strive to do it, you're going to hate them. Everyone that does evil. So if you are somebody that's righteous, you love the Lord and you do everything he says to the best of your ability. Those people that don't do what the Lord says, they're going to despise you. They are going to bring pain to your life. They're going to persecute you. We know that because 2 Timothy even said it. He said those that live righteously will be persecuted. Or, y'all know what I'm talking about. Psalm 37, verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Oh, and those people that plot against the just, God's gonna be laughing. He gonna like, you can't do nothing to him, you dumb mother. He ain't gonna. That's the Lord. Lord talk. He gonna talk cash to you. Just so you know, he gonna be laughing at you. Then he gonna be, you stupid. You can't do nothing to my servants. Man, they got a hedge about them. You know what I'm saying? They got a force field. Man, they got that Christ force field. They got a shield. Because they got on the whole armor of God, the whole armor, not just a little bit of the armor. They got all the armor. How you going to get through God's armor? He's going to laugh at you. You're really thinking that you could penetrate God's armor? Of course he's going to laugh at you. Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. You see, the people have upright conversation, people that actually, speaking about the things of God, they're planning on the righteous planet. They got their mindset on the heavens above and not on the earth beneath. People that's talking like that and is thinking like that, they got their vision is aiming for the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? The wicked are trying to take them out. They want to put out that light because they don't want them to do that. All right, verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. You see, they think they're gonna plunge their sword, their dagger into you, but it's actually gonna go inside themselves. They plot against you, but they're gonna actually use that weapon. It's gonna take them down. And he says their bows shall be broken. So they're gonna pull that bow back so they can shoot that arrow at you. But as soon as they pull the bow back, it's gonna break. It's gonna snap. So they ain't gonna be able to shoot it at you. Verse 16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. You see, understand it says a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of the wicked, because the wicked will seem. That's why he's telling you when you go back to Psalm 37, verse 1, he says, fret not thyself because of evildoers. And verse 7, he talks about it seems like the wicked prosper in the way. He's telling you don't worry about it, because he says a little that a righteous man has is better than the wicked. Why is he saying that? Because in Proverbs chapter 3, here's an example of what he's talking about. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof of fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things that canst desire are not to be compared unto her. So none of the things that you can compare to wisdom can stack up to it. Wisdom outweighs everything. You put wisdom on a scale and you put, 30,000 pounds of silver on it and 10,000 pounds of rubies. Wisdom's going to outweigh it every time. So you don't have to worry about that. That's why it says all of the riches of the poor will outweigh the riches of the wicked. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it one more time. Psalm 37:16. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. That's why it says also in Revelation 3, he says, but thou art rich. Why is he saying? He says you're poor. You might be poor. You might be someone that has no notoriety. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no clout. You might seem like people gonna see you like, who cares? That ain't nobody for real. And on top of that, you're not monetarily making what some people would make. But the Lord's like, don't worry about it. You're rich. You got way more than they could ever have. They wish they had what you got. You know what I'm saying? Deep down inside, they wish they had that wisdom. They wish they had the spirit to serve the Lord, but they don't have it. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the love for me. Psalm 37 and 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. Because the arms of the wicked, what the wicked will try to do to hurt you with, he said they'll be broken. They'll be stopped. They won't even have anything. They won't have arms to swing at you. You know what I'm saying? They won't even be able to shoot their bows at you because they don't have no arms. Their arms be broken. Their action, they won't be able to bring no action to you. Psalm 37 and 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. Because what does he say? We'll have the planet, the kingdom. Everything will be ours forever and ever. It'll never be taken away. Verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time. And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. You see that? Even in a famine, he says we'll be satisfied. He's like, hey, you don't have to worry. I'll make sure. Look, even if it don't seem like there's no food for you to eat, I will provide a way. Anybody remember Daniel? Daniel was in the lion's den. Habakkuk came and brought him some food. The Lord had Habakkuk bring Daniel some food while he was in the lion's den. And he was in there hungry. God said, I got you. You see? Yeah, remember. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you why he was able to have his food. Verse 23. It's gonna get there in a second. Matter of fact, verse 20, Psalm 37. Dang, I skipped one. Psalm 37 and 18. Let's read it again. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. So again, it seems like there's no food. Now he's going to provide you some food. Even Elijah with the ravens bought Elijah some bread. Verse 20, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away the fat of lambs? So if anybody ever cooked before, you got your regular flesh, your meat, your muscles, the tendons. They don't like just instantly get cooked away and turned into grease and smoke. Now he says the fat's gonna turn into grease and smoke, and it's gonna dissipate to the air. They're gonna be like the fat of lambs. Verse 21, the wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. You see, it says the wicked borrows and paid not again. So it means the people that are wicked, they'll receive something, they'll get money, they'll get paid, but they will not return it to the person that actually, provided them with something. It says the wicked does that. They don't pay back their debts. But it says the righteous do. Verse 22, for as such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they that be cursed of him should be cut off. Same thing. Those people that are blessed, those people that keep the laws are going to be here in the end. They'll never be, because the word of the Lord endures forever. So if the word of the Lord is in you, then you're going to live forever. Verse 23, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighted in his way. I love how it says the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, meaning a good man does not order his own steps. The good man has his steps directed and instructed by God. God's going to say, put your left foot in front of the other, left foot, right foot, left foot. You know what I'm saying? And he might say, hop on the left foot for 5 seconds. You might do that. But if you're ordered by the Lord, those are your steps. Your steps are going to be guided by the Most High. If you don't think the Most High has to guide you, guess what? You're not a good man. The Lord says look, my steps are ordered by this. If I don't do this right here, then that's me not being a good man. The good man's steps are ordered by the Lord. So when somebody says you live your life by following a book, you let a book tell you what to do. Now I look at the book and it says a good man is, I want to be a good man. So yes, the book tells me what to do. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I want to be a great man. So I'm going to make sure I try to follow them as the best way I can. I'm going to give Lord everything I got so I can have a perfect heart, because I want to be perfect in his eyes, aka complete. To be complete, you have to be a good man. All right. Verse 24, Psalm 37:24. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. Hey, look, I've fallen before, and after falling, I understood that the Lord was with me. He said, you won't be utterly cast down. You're going to be able to get back up and continue on your way, because he says you won't be, when you utterly cast down, mean you never can get back up. The weight's too heavy and you stuck. You in a sunken place. Nah, I don't want to be in a sunken place. I'm going to pray and beg the Lord, give me the strength to get up. Don't let me stay down. Never let me stay down. You know what I'm saying? I got knocked down in the boxing ring, and then the ref is counting. You know what I'm saying? He's on the 7 count, but I'm still standing to my feet and exceeding great army. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to stand to my feet and show the Lord that I'm ready to do battle with him. I'm ready to fight with him. Okay. So I must continue to do that. Verse 24, though, he says, though he fall, he should not be utterly cast down. The Lord upholdeth him with his hand. He upholds me with the scriptures, the guidance, the direction, everything God tells me to do. Psalm 37:25. I've been young and now I'm old, Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. That goes back to when I referenced Daniel earlier. Daniel was inside the lion's den. Not only did he not get eaten by the lions, but he did not starve. The Lord said, oh, the lions we ain't gonna eat tonight, but you gonna eat. Now, imagine that. You got some hungry lions and some fresh meat sitting in there. Daniel was the fresh meat sitting there. Could have been hunted by those lions, but they didn't do that. The Lord said, now, instead of feeding the lions, I'm going to feed Daniel. Hey, what a mighty God we serve. I'm telling you, when they talk about that stuff in Christianity, say, what an awesome God. You damn right we got an awesome God. He fed Daniel instead of the lions. He sent Habakkuk over. Habakkuk was like, I don't know where to go. He told Habakkuk, hey, go there, take Daniel some food. And guess what? He did it. If anybody's lost on that, they're like, hold on, what you mean? Send Bel and the dragon. You'll read about it. Psalm 37:26. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. See, that lets you know too that when you lend to people, when you allow people to get what they need, like somebody's like, hey, I need $20. If you're merciful, you're gonna give them that. But if you lack mercy, you're not gonna be a person that's going to give to your brother and sister. Mercy does that because mercy has understanding. Understanding knows that people can fall on hard times. You're not gonna be like, well, why ain't you got this? You should have done X, Y, and Z. Nah, mercy's gonna be like, something probably happened. You never know. I got mercy for you. Now we know that mercy can turn into hindering or enabling sometimes, but we got to first come in with a mindset. We got to have the mindset of charity. Charity thinketh no evil, so we can't be thinking evil first. We got to think good. Like, okay, this person is, their intentions is to do something right. It's to help. So if they're trying to help, let's stick right there. Psalm 37:27. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. See, it says depart from evil and do good. The people that got a blessed seed, they're going to walk away from evil and continue to do what God asked them to do. You know what I'm saying? And he says, and dwell evermore, meaning live on the side of righteousness forever. Don't live on the side of evil. Live on the side of righteousness. Psalm 37:28. The Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. It says the Lord loves judgment means he loves fairness. He loves fairness. It's always going to be that. And he says he's always going to hold on to the seed or the children, those that follow his way, those people that are his children, those that listen to the commandments. Psalm 37:29. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. Again, keep the commandments, you'll never be taken out of Israel. Break the commandments, and you'll be removed. Simple as that. Verse 30. The mouth of the righteous shall speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of God is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. When it says the mouth of the righteous speak wisdom, again, you're going to say things that are not folly. You're not going to be speaking folly. You're not going to be speaking stupidity. Foolishness ain't going to fly at your mouth at every second. What's going to come out your mouth is going to be things that are upright, things that are profitable, things that are trying to help guide your people, guide your family, and guide yourself. You're going to use those things. It says, and then he says the law of God's in his heart. The law of God's in your mind. That's why the mouth of the righteous is going to speak wisdom. If you are thinking good thoughts, if you are thinking positive thoughts, positivity will come out. What's positive thoughts? Because a lot of people like to say positive vibes and righteous vibes. Now, positive vibes are godly vibes. That's simple as that. So if you are thinking of what God says is good, if your mind, like Psalm 1:1 says, he says, the man that has his delight in the law of the Lord, and he meditates on it day and night. If you meditate or thinking about God and his commandments, his instructions all the time, then your action, your conversation will reflect it. And then your actions will reflect your conversation. This is simple as that. Okay. Hey, Cream 81, I'm reading Psalm 37. That's the psalm I'm reading right now. Hey, by the way, for everybody's on the TikTok, if you want to come over to the YouTube, make sure you do that. Your comments I'll be able to see more frequently. I'll be way more attentive. It's right in front of my face. All right, Psalm 37 and 39. No, not 30. I'm sorry. Psalm 37 and 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. See, it going back to the saying, the people that are evil they're always plotting to take out the just. They sitting there and they just watching them, and they just like they did Christ. Christ was getting ready to heal the man with the withered arm, and all the Pharisees and the wicked men sitting there watching him. They looking at him. All right, is he gonna do this? They just waiting for him to slip up. That's all. So as soon as they catch him, like, got you. I knew you wasn't righteous. I knew you was evil. It's what they're doing. They just can't wait to, got you. They're so excited to catch Christ what they think in wickedness, but don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You should be not be plotting to do something evil. You should actually be, if you want to plot anything, plot how you can support the righteous man. How can you help him accomplish his goals, his mission? Because and then on top of it, while you're helping him accomplish his mission, you're going to be growing in the spirit as well to be more like him. That's what you should be doing. That makes more sense. All right. Psalm 37 and 34. Wait on the Lord. I'm sorry, 33. Psalm 37, 33. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. See, God said, hey, the Lord's not going, he's not going to leave us up to the evil people. He's like, nah, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna make sure you're good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let that happen. Hey, glad to see y'all just joining. How y'all doing? Cream 81, what's going on? Yep, grace and peace be with you. Glad you was able to get in. All praise to the Most High. And hey, Shell, what's going on? Peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. Hopefully all's good. So yeah, and if y'all ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the page and hit the notification bell. Psalm 37, 35. I've seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Now, we ain't talking about the Green Bay Packers. It says, I've seen them spread themselves like a green bay tree. They spread themselves out. The wicked, what he's saying is, I've seen the wicked in great power. We look at it right now. The most evil people are running the planet. Because if the righteous people were running the planet, guess what they would be doing? They would be closing everything down on Sabbath. The Sabbath or Saturday, you wouldn't see the mall, wouldn't have all the top sales. You wouldn't see all these college football games going on the Sabbath day. You wouldn't see that. It would be people resting. People wouldn't be going to the place of exercise on the Sabbath day. They would be going to the place of worship on the Sabbath day. They'll be gathering with the rest of the saints and obeying the law, statutes, commandments. That's what would be going on if people was actually keeping the Sabbath day. You know, if the righteous were in great power, but you have the wicked in great power. The people that's running things are the people that are anti-God. People that are anti-God or anti-Christ. Understand that. So as I've seen the wicked in great power and spreading themselves like a green bay tree. And that's why also we got to understand. Verse 37. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. See, I want you to understand it. When it says mark the perfect man, it means notice the man that is close to God, that is complete, that you look at when you look at the Bible and you see their actions and they reflect this Bible. You're like, oh, that person's complete. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me mark him. Meaning, pay attention to him. And also when you mark, anybody ever played Fortnite? You play Fortnite and you got the little map and you push a little button and it sets a little waypoint and it's gonna be like a green or blue little thing on there, and that's what you're marking. And when you set a mark, that is your destination. You're aiming for it. You're going in that direction. So you mark the perfect man, find him, mark him, and then go towards him. Watch this. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright. For the end of that man is peace. Why? Because you want to go where if his end is peace and you want your end to be peace, then you better follow him. That only makes sense. Why would you not mark the perfect man? Why would you not see the man that actually is righteous, that actually is godly, that looks like Jesus Christ in action, that has the image of the Most High? Why would you not mark that person and go towards them? Why would you not try to emulate them? If you're not trying to emulate them, then you got to ask yourself, who are you trying to emulate? Because that's the way you're supposed to go. Find the man that's godly, that's going towards God, and then get behind him. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, I'm gonna leave it alone for now. And that works. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for sisters as well. You see that now, because you won't find, let me see, as far as sisters, we know all sisters got where they want to go astray anyway. They naturally want to do that. But sisters, you gotta mark the perfect man. You better find the most perfect man, and you better respect them, reverence them, and appreciate them. Be like, all right, I'm going after you. And because if you don't find the perfect man, if you find the man that is perfectly in line with your emotions, then you're going to go astray. You're going to walk straight into darkness. And that is the number one thing most sisters do. They find a man that aligns with their wickedness, and then they're going to go after it. And then they end up getting their just desserts. So if you see a perfect man, you see a man that actually is righteous and upright and loves the Most High, you better get up in it. You better get in that path and follow him. I'm telling you, you better follow him. Don't go nowhere else. Brothers, same thing. Mark the perfect man and find him. That's what you do. You emulate the best representation of Christ. That's what I do. Whoever I see the best representation of Christ, I'm going to try to be most like them. That is the best way to go. Why would I go any other way? It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense at all. Sisters, mark the perfect man. Brothers, mark the perfect. Christ is that perfect man. And then the men that are closest to him, get on board with him. Psalm 37:38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. See, it says the perfect man is going to find peace and follow that man. Mark him on the map and go towards that destination, because his destination is going to the kingdom. That's the perfect man. If you find the man that's not perfect, you find the man that is wicked, and you go, it says the wicked shall be cut off. It says all the wicked be destroyed together. So they're gonna all be standing in the room. Anybody ever, if you read the part where Jehu found all the people and he said, everybody, whoever serves Baal the most, let's all go to this location. And he put them all in one location, and they all got destroyed together. The transgressors shall be destroyed together. The Lord used Jehu to wipe out all those wicked people. You know what I'm saying? All praise for that too, because we got an example of what not to do if you are wicked. And if you're righteous, you still got an example of what not to do. You're like, okay, don't be joining that. Matter of fact, you want to find those wicked people and then you stay far from them. We can't line them all up and put them in a room and gather a whole army and, slay them with the sword. We can't do that now. What we can do is leave them up to their own devices and to let the Lord take them out. Psalm 37:39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. See, the salvation of the righteous, those that actually keep the commandments, their deliverance of God. Why is there deliverance of the Lord? Because the Lord told them what to do to get there. They didn't get there on their own. They got there because of the Lord. They didn't get there because their grandmama. They got there because of the Lord. They didn't get there because their daddy, their granddaddy. They got there because the scriptures told them that. The righteousness is of the Lord. Their deliverance is of the Lord. The Lord was a strength in their time of trouble. When things got bad, God had everything in his blueprint to tell them how to hang on, how to keep their mind sane, to understand how things work in life, and to never give up. These directions came from God. So their strength, their endurance, their resilience came from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand it. Psalm 37:40. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He should deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. He's going to rescue them because they believe in him. If you believe in him, then he's going to rescue you from any evil. You got to believe in that righteous. You got to believe in your superhero. You believe in your superhero will save you, or he will die trying. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe in, and it's going to come in. You believe in, you put up the bat signal, Batman's coming. You know what I'm saying? He is on the way. So you just got to believe that he is. If you like just turn on the bat signal and then turn it right off after like 2 seconds, guess what? He might not see it. Batman might be in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? He might not be able to see the bat signal. Then he's not coming because you didn't leave your bat signal up long enough. Leave your bat signal up. Maybe he was eating. He might be eating dinner. You know what I'm saying? He might be chilling. He might have ordered his food to go. His Batmobile is facing the other way. You know what I'm saying? He's coming through the drive-thru, and then guess what? The bat signal behind him. Then he might have made a little turn around like, oh, bat signal. Let me go help these people. You know what I'm saying? We got to believe in our Redeemer. Who is our Redeemer? Jesus Christ. Who is going to rescue us? Who is our Savior? Jesus the Christ, the Messiah. Who sends our Savior? The Most High God. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God of Israel is our Savior. Guess what he does? He sent his son to give us peace. He sent his son to allow us to return back to him with the patience and mercy with the blood of his son. That's what grace is. All praise to the Most High for that grace. And then he's going to send that lion to actually come and rescue us physically. And glory to the Father for that. But you got to believe it's coming. You got to trust that it's coming. And if you don't believe and trust that it's coming, then he's not going to save you. Because what you're going to do is give up trying to do what he told you to do. Do what he said because he told you what he said. And if you trust what he said, then you'll be rescued. I pray everybody glean some understanding from this lesson. Like I said, appreciate y'all being on. Let's continue to grow and get strong in this truth. And again, if you haven't subscribed or nothing, subscribe. If you ain't sharing you already know, check out the shorts, the YouTubes, the TikToks, the Instagram, all of that stuff, the Facebook reels. We're going to continue to make this thing grow because we're trying to get people to understand and learn who the Most High God of Israel is. So let's continue to do what we got to do. To all my supporters, all praise to the Most High. Love y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's night. Goes well. I see y'all tomorrow. If I get time, I'll try to do one when I get off work tomorrow. Try to do the next song, but we'll see how it plays out. Love y'all. Shalom. Hey, same thing. The carries, but grace and peace be with you. Yep, same thing. Peace be with you, Shell. So, love y'all, Israel. Peace.